Reu MCA wa kwa Murwo Kirinyaga ugwitwo Honorable Lucy Njeri ni eyumiritie na gatariria ndeto ina kieha kinene ma igie ndagika ciake cia muico hamwe na mwari ugwitwo Seth Nyakio wa miaka 23 uria wiriga kuragwo na njira ina kiriga. Akiuga ati ona ndoi mwari ni arathie kuria akorirwo muku mwena wa Biafra Thika amuriria mari hamwe muico kwari Juma kuria kwa mucie mwena wa Kamakis bypass. Akiuga ati akoretwo amutumira mbeca cia kugura kanyama nake Lucy agithie Kirinyaga na ndatinde akiandikira mwari undu ona good night utuku ucio ndaririkaniria kumwira gwake akiumia makeraniria o hanini tu gugikia Jumatatu atari araranirie na Nyakio ringi o nginya miarahuko akiona amuhurire thimu indi ahura ndioyagwo hau na hau agiethana na muthuriwe akimwira macoke Thika na mokite makinyite haria Saganari. MCA Lucy akihurirwo thimu akirwo ati muiritu witagwo Phoebe athie nyumba kwa Nyakio akora nguo ciharaganitio na Nyakio muku. Lucy akiongerera ati ona kwanja ni oi ekwirwo nia na ni hariirie guteithiriria athuthuria kumauburania. Kuria kwirwo Seth aroragirwo ni mwanake marari ndugu thutha wa kunyitwo kiahinya maabitha autwiria uimano marathie na mbere na uthuthuria wigie njuragano ino.
It was we had talked on Saturday and we also talked on Sunday. Until Sunday at around 7 or 8 she told me to send her a small money so that she can buy meat, and they cook with her son. I had that week I had my sister's son who had come here to just check on some small innovations I was doing around. So he was here. So he told me, Mom sent me something, 200. First she said 200. I asked the 200 because you see, I usually send to her and she buy meat and they come and they cook. So I told my husband to send and he sent to her. Then after that, I think I was a bit tired that Sunday because I was still in Kirinyaga. I went to Kirinyaga on Saturday, spent the night, and then I said I will not come back because I had also a meeting on a committee on land at Beckham Hotel. So I said I will not waste my fuel, come back and then I go back. So we decided to still spend the day, and I had told and had informed Nyakio that I will come back on Monday. So it didn't come to my mind to maybe even try to think she didn't spend the night at home, because she told me she's coming to cook the meat. Now in the morning, because the meeting was starting at night, it's not usual for Nyakio not to tell me good night, or even for me to tell me good night. And when an evil comes, I think Satan works in his own ways, because that night I slept. I didn't even tell her good night. In the morning I said, I took at my phone and since she has not written me anything, she has not even said good morning, she has not even asked me, Mom, how is your morning? Because that was always, she must ask me or me I start the conversation. So in the morning, I was preparing, I prepared very fast to go for the meeting at 9. So I said, I'll call Nyakio, let her sleep. Maybe she's asleep, let her sleep a bit. I will call her before it reaches around 11 or 12. So when I was in the committee meeting the morning of Monday, it reached at 11. I was still looking at the phone to see if she's trying to call me or she has written something. I go towards her. But then at around 11, I asked myself, hey, is it usual for my daughter to have written 11 without even asking me? Let me start it off. So I called. Nobody would pick the phone call. So maybe I thought she's still asleep, or maybe I called so many times. She didn't pick the call. I started, now my instinct started now asking me how, and my daughter has never refused to take a call or even to call back. I went to pick my husband because we had spent our night at another hotel in Kerugoya. I went to pick him because I had gone with the car. So I told him now it's straight to Thika. So at around 5, it's the time we now started coming out from Kerugoya. So at around 6:30 something, when I arrived at Sagana River, Makutano Sagana River, on my way up Kabati, it's the time I received a call from Michael, whom I had left here, the son of my sister. And she told me, Phoebe yule rafiki ya Nyakio has called me and she has told me she has opened her house, she has met, the clothes are all over and Seth is dead. I'm telling you, and I was driving. You can imagine I didn't know even where the gear, I don't know what I did. I found myself on the other side of Ukambani. It's only that my husband had to hold and I started screaming. I don't know even how I came out from the car when it was even, I think, moving. I went screaming and screaming, and that's the time people came all over from that Ukambani side. I couldn't even try to imagine. I was just saying, amekufa. What is all this? Then my husband akaniuliza, what kind of a call have you received? I told her, she's dead. My daughter is dead. My daughter is dead. That is all what I kept saying. So my husband called my sister, who took a taxi and came to where I was. So they started calming me. I don't know how I entered the car, and then I found myself in a hospital. So from there we went to the police station. We went to the police. Rather than to go to the car, we went to the police station because nobody has called that my daughter is dead. So when we went to the police station, my sister and my husband are the ones. When we went there to write the OB, we were not even given a chance to write the OB. We were directed to enter inside. So when they were inside me, I was left outside because I was still in shock and I was still screaming. I heard them say, somebody reported the matter. They already have written an OB and the body is already taken to the mortuary. Hey, when I heard the word mortuary, I knew now my daughter is dead. So my question is, how would you collect a body for somebody, and yet the girl is saying she knows the girl, and you can't even call a relative? Even the phone itself was working because they had called there. They could even have checked the phone from Nyakeo's phone, because I don't know how the girl had the password, and my daughter has never given me even a password of her phone.
So you were informed of your daughter's death through Nyakeo's phone?
Yes, she called through Nyakeo's phone. She called Michael. And yet the name of the mother was still in that phone. And at the same time, the phone was not being taken the whole day. So it was taken at the moment she came back home from school. She came back to that room. I don't even think that is her room. That is where she spends. I don't think so. Because if you check at where she does her TikTok, that girl, where she does her TikTok, you compare with where Nyakio died, they are not resembling at all. So we went to the crime of scene. We found the car parked very far from where the crime of scene is, because the car was parked around 400 meters to the crime of scene. And the crime of scene where you're going, there are so many people, high glass. You even wondered how my daughter reached there. But anyway, because I said she's a social girl, and she doesn't choose, she doesn't have a status or a class. She was just that girl, So when we went there, the building itself, it has like a small gate like this. And then it is tall. And then it is dark. It is dark. When you enter, you can't know who is here. And yet it has so many people. The rooms are single. And the women are cleaning clothes. Children are crying. Others, all kinds of, everybody is in that building. All sorts of people are in that building. And when you enter in this gate, the small one, my daughter is killed here in the first room. And yet there are women cleaning clothes. The neighbor is a single room there. The rest are single. They are very close, and it is very dark. And the building is full of people, but it's very dark. You wonder how you didn't hear anything. The rest didn't hear anything or anything. And they are very congested. Even any scream or any commotion or anything.
What do you think is happening to our children? Because you have so many dead bodies coming up.
Yes, even when we went there when we went to the mortuary, they even told us, kindly. They even told the CID when they are there, kindly, this must stop, because we have other bodies. We have just been brought, I think they had 6 bodies of children less than 26 years, and yet the same officers, they go collect the body and they write unknown. And yet, even for example, my case of my daughter, that lady who was with her in the house, how can the body be written unknown, and yet the girl is a friend and she's even the one who reported? So it's mysterious. But if something is not done, then I don't know. I just fear. I just fear for the security of the people, and mostly to our children.
And someone out there knows exactly what happened to your daughter. And what message do you have for that person?
Yes, there are people who knows what happened to my daughter. That's why I'm telling you I have got information, and I have got the people. If well interrogated, if investigation are done professionally, they will get the culprits. And I'll be ready to assist them get the culprits.
Geri fotera sesenia musenene ko kuma hathini wa YouTube gikuria na gitio tukia wa subscribe, go share na go comment kenda wa video ino, na ndukariganirwo ni guturumirira thini wa TikTok na Facebook musenene ko ni jitagwo musenene ki wigatu.